who are hanging on to their Serie A titles by a thin thread. For Milan, the European dream is still alive. They can still make the Europa League spot. So this is definitely a mouth-watering encounter at the San Siro. Unfortunately for Milan, they don't have a good record against Napoli because they have just won in the last 13 meetings. And I fancy the away side making this in order to keep their Serie A title alive. I'm going for Napoli to win away from home 2-0. Lazio Roma. To the Rome derby. We should expect fireworks at Stade Olimpico this weekend. Lazio are above Roma on the table just on goal difference, and these two sides occupy third and fourth position. Roma will be buoyed by their Champions League surprise win against almighty Barcelona. But tonight, Lazio crashed out of the Europa League. So definitely momentum is with the red side of Rome. But in the derbies, it has been a tricky game. It's difficult to determine the kind of approach both teams will come forward with. So I'd rather go and sit on the fence here and call out a score draw, 1-1. To Spain, Barcelona hosts Valencia at the Camp Nou. Their surprise exit at the Champions League means that Barcelona would like to wrap up the league title as soon as possible. Valencia head to the Camp Nou with 5 wins on the bounce, but definitely I'm sure they have to be prepared for the wrath of Barcelona, especially with Lionel Messi being invincible in Rome. I'm sure we'll find his feet again at home. Both sides play attacking football, so we expect goals here. But I'm backing the home side to win 3-1 at home. Sevilla Villarreal. This is an evenly matched game between two sides who have been struggling at the moment. Sevilla are 7th on the table while Villarreal are 6th. Both sides have been struggling lately and haven't found wins easy to come by. This may not be an interesting game for the average guy, but it's also a very interesting battle for the final European spot in Spain. I think that these two sides will cancel each other out and we may see a draw here too. I'll go for a 1-1 draw here. Moving over to the Premier League, Newcastle welcome Arsenal to St James's Park. Newcastle are on a good run too. They have 3 wins on the bounce, and same goes for Arsenal. However, the Gunners have a good record against Newcastle. The last time Newcastle beat Arsenal was in 2010. That's a very long time ago. And the fact that they have already secured their Premier League status or almost secured it, I think that they may not have so much to play for at the moment. I'm backing the Gunners to win away from home, even though their Premier League away from this season hasn't been the best. But I think they have the quality and they are moving in the right direction at the moment. So Arsenal should win this away from home 2-1. Finally, to our biggest game of the week, which is taking place at Wembley between Tottenham and Manchester City. City have hit a sticky patch at the moment. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games, and they've lost 3 games in a row, and they've lost 4 of their last 6 games. However, they are playing a Tottenham side who haven't lost in the Premier League in this calendar year 2018. This is another game for Pep Guardiola and his team to show the quality they have in them on their way to becoming champions. I'm tempted to lean towards Tottenham for a victory, but I think I will settle for another draw here too. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going for a score draw, 2-2. This wraps up my focus for the week. I'll hand over back to Mr. Speaker. I'll see you guys next week.
Well, look, man, you're on your own this week. You're entirely on your own. I'm not, you see, all through what you said, I didn't even listen. I'm not listening to you this week at all. So those of you, because football is a crazy game. In the past few days, I just have not understood what's been going on. And it's continuing. I don't know what happened with Arsenal tonight. But I
think they played 2-2.
They played 2-2. Well,
they came back.
Yeah, away from home. Yeah.
Well, we are talking Nigerian football now.
Yep.
And this group, the supporters group, you were a member of the Super Eagles. Super Eagles. Are these people, are they really, really important? Do they really help us when we're on that field of play? How important are they to how our national team plays?
Yes, actually, the Nigerian Supporters Club are very supportive when it comes to the national matches and our outings, when we see the Nigerian Supporters Club drumming, putting on the green, white, green colors, singing and dancing, the inspiration it gives us very high. And we are so connected. I'm talking back then with the 94 squad, what we feel, the way we feel while playing. When we play and the Nigerian Supporters Club are drumming
and singing,
dancing, they connect with us. We connect with them. When the game is flowing, they flow with the game. If for any reason the game is becoming very dicey, they will change the music.
All we are saying.
They remind you, give us more goals. At that moment, any ball I catch, the next thing I do, I send it to Stephen Keshi. If I don't send it to Stephen Keshi, I send it to Mutu or Olise, and the next thing the ball goes to the fly. We can get to the opponent's box in just a split like this. So all we do, we just release, pass. Stephen Keshi will say, do, I roll to Stephen. If I don't roll to Stephen, I roll to Guavon, I roll to Benny Roa. And the next thing to the midfield.
You are going straight to the
once it gets to the midfield, you see either Amunike going, or you see is it Finidi George going, and the next thing the ball is full, the next thing is a pull out, you see the bull coming, or Samson Siasia or Rashidi.
So these supporters are this important.
They are. And oh my God.
They are part of the story.
They are.
And yet
they are very important.
We are going to the World Cup. And we are not even sure any supporter is going. Let us just take a minute. Take a minute to watch. I think you package something for us. For
yes,
supporters.
About the activities of the Supporters Club.
Shala's work.
What's your assessment? Well, the Belgian league can be compared with the Turkish league because the Turkish league is big. The Holland league can be compared with the Turkish league because the Turkish league is big. The Swedish league.
Well, we apologize for that mix-up. That was supposed to be a competition I was supposed to run for the two of them. Somebody was going to take away our gift, but well, I don't know if we are ready for the check, and then we just play that back. But having said that, Vincent, is there something in this supporters club? Is there a Gunje? What is it? What is there? What is there that is creating crisis in just supporting your team? I thought it was just to go and chant and sing and all of that. Why would there be crisis at all?
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Don't go too much into history.
Good evening, Nigeria. Well, to your question, whether there is a Guje in supporters club, I want to say that there is no Guje. It's purely the passion that we have for the game and our country. And so we some of us that are in the supporters club, we are not there for what we can get, for what we can give. Some of us are professionals. I'm a petroleum marketer. So we put our resources together and ensure that we support the national team to victory. That we've done for so many years. There is crisis everywhere, you know, in association where you have different all manner of people. You must assure, I mean, you could expect that there must be crisis. But I don't want to dwell on crisis tonight because some of you are not sure whether we are going to the World Cup, but I can announce to you that we are going to the World Cup. We've been told that we must buy World Cup match tickets. And as I speak to you, we have gotten over 230. That means that over 230 members of supporters will be going to the World Cup.
from your faction?
Well, I don't want to think that I'm a factional leader, because as we speak, we have 2 supporters clubs in Nigeria. When Dr. Ladipo, I respect him so much, when he said that he owns supporters club and that a non-Yoruba cannot be the chairman of supporters club, I'm from Delta State. We took it upon ourselves. We went to Abuja, we complained to NFF, the ministry, everybody waded in. We had a communique that go back and conduct an election. So we went to Abuja. They wrote to us to come to Abuja for an election, which we went. And being the acting chairman at that time,
who gave you instructions to go to Abuja?
Yeah, well, because of the crisis in Lagos.
No, who gave you instructions?
The ministry. The NFF, yes.
Okay, is he involved in your election?
Yes, they were involved. I did the election, and I emerged as the national chairman. While we were doing that, Ladipo was doing another one in Lagos. But when the crisis continued, they tried to settle, we couldn't settle. We decided that, after all, more than one supporters club can survive in Nigeria. Oh, yes. So we have now registered Nigeria Eagles Supporters Club. And you saw what we did through the qualifiers. We stood apart. And in Nigeria, as I speak to you, I control the largest number of supporters in this country. We have 24 state chapters. I control 21 of them. It's verifiable. And for this World Cup, you can also find out from NFF. We already have 230 strong members. You know, we are getting the final day, and we're ready for the World Cup. What we are just trying to do now is to, mobilize our funds. How can we seek for funds and all of that, and put funds together. If the government is going to help us, fine. If they don't want to help us, we will put funds together by ourselves and we'll go to the World Cup. So Super Eagles will not lack any support for this World Cup in Russia.
Thank you. Parliamentarians, over to you.
I want to believe that football and supportership, they go together, and they are like symbiotic. They have a symbiotic relationship. The supporters club of Nigeria, the Super Eagles especially, they've worked so hard over the years, and they have created a niche for themselves across the world since 1994. They've been so colorful. In fact, they added some tonic, to supportership in Africa, and Nigerian Supporters Club became so prominent through the World Cup. But over the years, especially with the qualifiers in Nigeria, I remember there was a match played in either Uyo or Calabar, and there was a problem, one between the two groups, and I want to believe that this will not augur well for the Super Eagles in Russia, because we need to leave home with one voice. We need to leave home with one aim and work towards the same goal. So it is very important for the football supportership of Nigeria going to Russia. There must be some form of harmony and togetherness. That is where I'm really looking at.
Yes, I'll support the position of Shola. There's, like the president said, I wouldn't call him factional. Yeah. There are always disputes in every area of life, but it's not impossible to be able to resolve it. As we're going out, like Dodo Mayana said, the supporters club provides support to the players, but it also gives Nigeria a very positive image. All the color, all the glamour, we have colorful people, we are proud people. So there's a lot being done to the image of the country out there. But and also there's really absolutely no reason why you can't have more than one supporters club. But under those circumstances, should we go out there and do anything that would tarnish the image of the club, of the nation?
Of the country, yes.
So I would like you, in the light of the involvement of this speaker, who has been the recurring decimal in Nigerian football for the last 20, 30 years. Oh, yes. Because when what's his name was here the other day?
President.
The other when we were watching Rashidi Yakini's You know, he talked about your support. So even to the people who have issues, Dodo Yamaya has, you know, he's able, and that's one of the reasons why you're here, sir.
Yes,
he has invited you here to find a resolution.
Yes, when it's not
just a case of let us just, you know. So in the light of his involvement and our appeal, let's not put ourselves in a position where we take extreme positions. Between now and that World Cup, this can be resolved. And
are you willing to settle this matter once for the good of the game, for the good of the country? Are you willing to come together? It would be terrible if you guys go to the Russian embassy as two groups,
exactly,
each group seeking visas for supporters. I don't think they will grant either of you. If that, I don't know.
Well, I think our applications are being handled by the NFF, both the one for Ross and the one for Ladipo. So, and if we are ready or not, it's going to be a very big task, because now we are not together. We are not together.
No, I know you are not together. I'm just saying, are you willing?
Eagle Supporters Club.
Yes.
They belong to another club entirely. So we are not, our paths will not even cross. But what I can assure Nigeria is that my members, we behave themselves positively, because I know the importance of what we do. We cannot go out there and embarrass the country. That I can assure everyone. But whether we are ready to come back together, I don't know.
No, whether we are ready to reconcile, to resolve this issue. It depends
on the terms. It depends on the condition of reconciliation.
Of course.
Yes, if it's something that will make us not to, you know, have any clash at all when we meet and all of that, of course, we can work it out.
Let us enjoy you people. We have that clip now. Let's enjoy the Supporters Club.
Thank you.
Well, I guess we would spend the next 10 seconds getting set to watch the supporters actually entertain us.
Presented the biggest challenge, having already beaten Nigeria at home. A draw was all they needed to qualify, and they were confident the magic of their witch doctors Juju and huge support from their colourful fans would be enough to ensure victory. Smarting from the previous loss, Nigeria were well prepared to counter any of Ivory Coast's tactics off the field. National pride was at stake, and Dr. Ladipo and his travelling circus
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the tail end of the Sports Parliament today. So we just listen to Peter Rufai.
Yes,
briefly, because we are running out of time.
Yes, my contribution and concern to this issue is that I want and I pray that this takes place, that both the two parties of the Supporters Club come together to give the players, the Super Eagles players, what they need, the tonic they need, the accolade they need, and tell the world Nigeria can do it. And this time Nigeria is back again to do it again. So for that reason,
thank you, Peter.
please.
Thank you, Peter. Last word from you, Shala.
Well, I want to thank Dudu Mayana and employ him to see to the goalkeeping problem of Nigeria. You know, people like you cannot just sit back and be watching. You need to help Nigeria to produce the likes of Dudu Mayana. Produce another Dudu Mayana for Nigeria. And for Chief Vincent Okumagba, Nigerian football needs you. They need your people. In Russia 2018, we cannot afford to have a divided house, a divided supporters club. So your contribution is very, very important.
Last word. What every Nigerian should just take home from you now, Vincent. Last word.
Well, what I would tell Nigerians is that they should support the Super Eagles for the World Cup. I know everybody will not be at the World Cup, but those of you that will be home, please put on your green and white the day Nigeria is playing and support from home.
He's not talking of supporters club. Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I'd like to move a motion to encourage the supporters club, by whatever name you are called, to come together. These Eagles are going there as one. There is no division amongst them. Let the division not creep in through the people who are coming to support them. So I move a motion to encourage you and Dr. Ladipo to find a way, find it somewhere in your heart, to be able to resolve this issue for the sake of the nation. That is my motion.
Thank you, Peter Rufai, for coming to the show. Thank you, Vincent, for coming to the show. All those in favor of that beautiful motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. The ayes have it. Good night.
Symphony. Days of the Avenger. Please enter code. Are you the Avenger? Vocal recognition, please. You are truly the Avenger. We have been waiting for you. Welcome to the Future Symphony, Days of the Avenger. Location, Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Date, Saturday, April 21st, 2018. Time, 5 p.m. Guest pianist, Daniel Sundberg, Atlanta, Georgia. Performance by Abiodun Koya.
The report where they reach us talk says some.
We don't do. I don't tire for all the things where you yarn.
Some people blood don't they right.
You the yarn no pata. Shey you think say na only you fit buga? I go show you.
This matter don't pass, be careful.
You dey show yourself all these years. I just dey look you. This time you go know the kind of person we are.
I've been the watch as you dey try scatter my future.
The future where I dey try
organize for myself.
Small. Na him you dey try kill abi?
Not to kill, scatter, and destroy my pearls always do your agenda, abi? Oh, but you know, Fito, not this time.
I don't set my own agenda.
I know how well your agenda go fit past my agenda.
Because my agenda strong past your agenda.
For this election, the agenda now.
It's our future.
No violence.
Just vote.
Set the agenda for this election. No violence. Just vote. Nigerians. Suicide
Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
This is the network service of the NTA.
The challenges of nationhood, especially those that concern the issues of security, have always been with Nigeria as a nation. Although their magnitude and complexities are more than what obtained in the past, observers believe that the strategy for containing them was more diverse and people-oriented in the olden days, as communities, then spearheaded by traditional authorities, virtually nipped those challenges in the bud, as it were. Moment for Thought takes a look at the role of traditional institution in Nigeria's national life against the backdrop of the current challenges of nationhood before the country. I have with me in the studio Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Chairman Senate Committee on Agriculture. Senator Abdullahi Adamu was the first executive governor of Nasarawa State. An astute politician, Senator Abdullahi Adamu is a lawyer by profession and a successful farmer and businessman. As a man of the people, as Chira Chebe used to say. Well, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Being with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.